Hello, everybody, and welcome to Why Inbound Marketing Works. Brought to you by Inflate Marketing. That's us. My name is James Milliron. I am the founder of Inflate Marketing, and I'm hoping that today I can take you through the inbound marketing process, show you some really cool things about how inbound marketing is positively affecting organizations just like yours across the world right now. Show you the tools that we use to make it possible, give you a deep dive into the methodology, the way that it works, why it works, the psychology behind it, and really have a good time doing it. So let's go ahead and get started. Our agenda for the day: what is inbound marketing? Who needs inbound marketing? How inbound marketing works? What results can I expect? And of course, how to get started with inbound marketing. We are Inflate. We are a growth marketing company. We have over 10 years of digital marketing execution. We are currently serving clients across 3 continents, which we are very excited about. And we would say that we are optimistic, realistic, and a little bit eccentric. Realistic because we really like data. Why? Because with data, we can see results. So as a part of our service to you, we hope that we can give you very realistic expectations throughout our relationship. Optimistic because we like to think that we're fun to work with. We like to think that we can help our clients make a big impact and grow the business. And eccentric, yeah, we're going to be talking about content marketing, and let's be honest, in this century, you got to be a little bit eccentric to get that done right. So let's start off with some basics. What is inbound marketing? Well, here's a definition I'm going to read to you straight from the web. Inbound marketing is a promotion of a company or other organization through blogs, podcasts, video, ebooks, newsletters, white papers, SEO, physical products, social media marketing, and other forms of content marketing which serve to attract customers through the different stages of the purchase funnel. Sounds interesting. Bottom line, content is still king, and content is at the root of inbound marketing. So who needs an inbound marketing strategy? Well, any company that wants to see consistent and measurable results from their marketing efforts. A lot of the people that we talk to that are a good fit for inbound marketing are companies that are aggressive in their growth strategy. Companies that really want to blow up over the next few years, and actually that just so happens to be our tagline at Inflate Marketing is blow up and go up. So that's definitely integral to an inbound marketing strategy. Any company that believes in the power of digital, who wants to tap into the power of data for more effective marketing. Look, we're going to be using a lot of digital resources as we create an inbound marketing strategy for any company. And that means we are going to acquire so much data that it's just going to blow your mind, the amount of data that we can capture and put to use from something like inbound, which means better qualified leads for a sales team. Look, if you had anybody on your sales team ever come up and say, I wish I had more leads, I wish I had leads that were actually valuable. I'm getting all of this junk leads that aren't qualified. Well, as a part of an inbound marketing strategy, you actually qualify leads, not just as a general lead, but we go through efforts to qualify them as a marketing qualified lead or a sales qualified lead, score those leads appropriately so that once they're handed off to the sales team, they can really, really make an impact quickly. And the last bullet point there, I would say inbound marketing is for any company that wants to still have a voice 5 years from now. No kidding. There's still some space left to get in this. But if you fast forward another 5 years from now, there's going to probably be so much content out there, you might really be a bit behind if you don't start doing this sooner than later. There's a lot of competition. And what we want to help you do is to see the benefit of getting the jump on an inbound marketing strategy before your competition just overwhelms you. It'll be very, very difficult to catch up after that's the case. So, who doesn't need inbound marketing? Okay, great. Let's move on to the next slide. So, how does inbound marketing work? Well, inbound marketing uses intelligence gathered about your customers to pull potential buyers closer to a sale. It's done by creating contextual and educational content, which is backed by a scientific process of improvement rooted in data analytics. Confused much? Yeah, let's go ahead and break this down, make it a little bit more palatable. Using customer intelligence. Every single person that wants to give you their money has what we call a persona. Who are they? What does that customer look like? Where do they live? Where do they work? How do they think? What are their dreams? Why do they spend their money? You have a very, very valuable product which you're selling. And you have thousands to hundreds of thousands to maybe millions of customers out there that would love to give you their money and get their hands on your product. At the very core of an inbound marketing strategy, we look deep into your customers and see who they are. Because once we know who they are, then we can really start a meaningful conversation, really connect with them in a way that will push them closer to a sale. And how do you bring someone closer to a sale? Well, you help them along what we call the buyer's journey. The buyer's journey is simply a way to communicate with strangers and attract them to your website so they become visitors. And once a visitor lands on your website, next thing you want to do, convert them into a lead. Once that lead is in your database, well, close them. Get them to purchase the product, become a customer. And then especially after they're your customer, we want to make them super happy, excited about your product, ready to share it, and become what we call a promoter. If you look at the bottom of this slide, you can see some of the tools that we use to move customers through this buyer's journey. It includes all kinds of stuff like blogs and forms and landing pages and emails and workflows if you're into marketing automation, even events and smart content, which we'll talk about in a little bit. You're saying, doesn't that sound like content? Yep, it is content, all right, and it's educational content. Why do we create any kind of content for a customer? We create to educate them. We need to solve a problem, maybe help them reach a goal, make their life a little bit easier, completely change the way that they view the world. And there's a lot of types of content that we can use. You see there on the left side of this slide, that could be, I don't know, a how-to video, an ebook, maybe it's a frequently asked questions page on your website, even something as simple as a meme can go a long way in engaging with your customers and converting them from one stage of the buyer's journey to the next. But ultimately, we want to create content which is rapport building, something that not only educates them, but makes them like you. Because only if they really like you and believe in what you're doing will they take that next step to purchase your product. Let's talk about contextual formatting of all of this content. On the right, I love this image. It's the same thing, but depending on where you're at, it could be a fail or it could be a win. Poor people falling down on the ice. They probably had no idea they were about to become a meme, but who can predict these things? The basic reason I'm showing you this is because sending the wrong message to the wrong audience will always be ineffective. Once a buyer persona is established, we need to spend some time creating the content to be best suited for each individual audience. Say, for example, you have 10,000 people in your database. Maybe 4,000 of those 10,000 are customers. Maybe the other 6,000 are prospects, potential buyers. And of that 6,000, let's say 3,000 of them have actually had some interaction with your company. They've downloaded some material, maybe an ebook or something like that. The other 3,000 are maybe contacts that you got from referral or that came from a different list that you acquired in some method. Hopefully you didn't buy the list, but sometimes that happens. Sometimes we do that. How are you going to reach out to those 10,000 customers? Well, I'll tell you what's not the best way. What's not the best way is to create one email and send it out to the entire 10,000 batch. What's not the best way is to create one particular blog post and send it out to the entire 10,000 batch. Rather, we can use the information and the intelligence that we gather about all of these contacts and format content and format promotions contextually so that it speaks to those individuals in a way that resonates most with them. So that can mean different form fields on the website. If you already know who somebody is, what company they work for, or what title they have, then why ask them for that information again when they have to download fill out a form to download something on your website? Better to just make that disappear. That's something we can do with inbound marketing. Or say, for example, a customer visits your website. That customer should view your website in a certain way. He should be able to view it in a different way than a prospect. Just imagine if you could slightly tweak the information on your website based on whether or not the person visiting was a customer already or a prospect looking to buy or looking to get educated, or even a first-time visitor. What if you could show them something totally different? Well, as a part of an inbound marketing strategy, we can do just that. Add context to everything that we do to increase the likelihood of conversion. Another core principle of inbound marketing is a continual process of improvement. And for some of you with an operations background, you might be familiar with something like the continual process improvement. You can see on the right, it starts with plan, then it's do, and then you check the results of what you do, and then you take actions based on what you've done. And this is the continual improvement cycle. We use this in inbound marketing. First of all, everything that we do, we A/B test. That's to make sure that we do something a little bit different with everyone that we reach out to. Monitor the results of that. See what works best. And then the next time around, we use the one that works best. This uses a lot of data analyses, activity monitoring, basically everything that a prospect or customer does on your website or interacting with your digital content. We monitor that. That way we can continually improve upon everything that we create, whether that's design or the logic behind the way that we're moving somebody through the buyer's cycle. Inbound marketing makes this a core requirement. And of course, weekly reviews are always set in place to make sure that everything is moving forward in a positive manner. So let's talk about technology for a minute. I'm going to walk you through the program that we use at Inflate for our inbound marketing backend. It's a product called HubSpot. Hopefully, if you're learning about inbound marketing from me, you've heard of HubSpot. They're pretty much the number one platform for inbound marketers. And it's an incredibly powerful tool, which I'll show you in just a moment from here. One thing I did want to note is that Inflate Marketing is an inbound certified company, certified by HubSpot. We are a partner agency of HubSpot, and everybody on our team has their HubSpot certification, which makes us all primed and ready to go for helping you launch your inbound strategy on a system like HubSpot. So what is HubSpot? Well, Basically, HubSpot is a content creation and distribution platform. It's a suite of tools which makes it incredibly easy to build landing pages, blogs, social messages, web pages, and emails for inbound marketing. HubSpot is highly intelligent. The whole back-end system links the content that you generate with user interactions. It tracks every engagement so that you get one single pane of glass view of everything that's happening with your inbound strategy. Here's just a quick snapshot of a typical HubSpot dashboard. This is what we see. This is also what you could see if you elect to use HubSpot for your inbound strategy. Just at a high level view, every time you sign in, you get to see how many visits there have been to your website, how many contacts you've generated within that month, and how many of those contacts have converted to customers. It's pretty awesome to monitor landing page performance, social media performance, blog performance. Pretty much everything is cooked right here into this system, which is super rocking. All right, so how many of you have seen this movie before? That's right, it's Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, and I'm going to use this clip to teach you something about HubSpot.
Hi, I'm looking for Ray Finkel. And a clean pair of shorts.
What do you know about Ray Finkel?
Soccer style kicker, graduated from Collier High, June 1976. Stetson University honors graduate, class of 1980. Holds 2 NCAA Division I records, one for most points in a season, one for distance. Former nicknamed the Mule, the first and only pro athlete ever to come out of Collier County, and one hell of a model American.
Hi, I'm looking for HubSpot, an inbound marketing platform. What do you know about HubSpot? Get your content in front of quality leads, personalize your website with smart content, drag and drop interface, display dynamic content based on visitor needs, social media monitoring and publishing tools are world-class, integrate all of your ad campaigns and see real ROI, capture a list of every interaction your visitors have had with your content, which is actually kind of creepy, wildly useful list segmentation, endless personalization for various customer segments, automated workflows and goal setting, lead scoring, granular reporting, conversion tracking, ROI reporting, even more reporting. And did I mention insightful reporting? I know HubSpot. Okay, that was a little bit weird and unexpected, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that there are some powerful tools out there available, and we love using HubSpot. We think it's the best one out there on the market. But if you're going to do an inbound strategy, you got to use something. Why? Because measurement is key. Whether you use HubSpot or some other method to publish and track your content, it is imperative that you do measure the effectiveness of your inbound strategy. Since this presentation is meant to be more on inbound strategy rather than an overview of HubSpot, I opted just to zip through those last ones. But if you are interested, you can go back and pause the video on each of those segments, or you can visit the link below and see all of these slides directly on HubSpot's website. So what results can you expect? Well, there's at least 100 different measurement statistics that we use to gauge results. These are just some of my favorite results of inbound marketing. First of which is conversion rate optimization. That's the number of people that come to your website which convert into leads. I see an inbound marketing strategy affecting this probably more than anything, because through the content strategy that we're going to implement, so many more of these people coming to your website are going to convert into leads that your sales team can use to close more business. Conversion rate optimization is key, and you should expect to see that go up significantly as you implement an inbound marketing strategy. Some statistics: only about 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5 businesses are actually satisfied with their conversion rates. I'm not surprised by that. I've worked with a lot of companies. Most of them, they really don't have a handle on how to convert somebody from a visitor to a lead. Also, for every $92 spent acquiring customers, only $1 is spent converting them. Content strategy. Well, 47% of buyers viewed 3 to 5 pieces of content before engaging with a sales rep. Think about that for a second. That's half of your potential buyers required to look at least 3 pieces of content before they engage with a sales rep. What does that mean? That means that if you only have one thing sitting out there on your website, or if you're only sending them one thing by email, or if there's really not much content about your company out there available, you're actually missing out on half of your potential business. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. We can really, really help you increase the amount of sales for your company just by generating content. That doesn't even have to do with the distribution of that content, which, knocks this up even higher. Another statistic here, 96% of B2B buyers want content with more input from industry thought leaders. Well, this also isn't very surprising. I mean, if you're selling to a customer, B2C, it might be, more of an emotional sale, or at least you can sway your audience a little bit easier. But in the B2B world, let's be honest, we're talking about money here. So you better be darn good at showing your customers exactly what it is that you do and why it's worth it. Which is why that only 4% of buyers out there actually feel satisfied with the amount of content that's out there. They want you to educate them. They want to understand why they should go for this product. And if you look at big business-to-business companies that are just really rocking the market right now, they have an incredible content strategy. I mean, think of your favorite B2B company. Why are they your favorite? Probably because you have read so much content or watched so many videos that you know everything about them. And because of that, they are totally rocking their industry. Let's talk about demand generation. Look at this one. 80% of marketers report their lead generation efforts are only slightly or somewhat effective. That means 4 out of 5 companies have ineffective lead generation tactics. Again, I'm not very surprised by that. 74% of companies that weren't exceeding revenue goals did not know their visitor lead, marketing qualified leads, or sales opportunities. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Companies that are not hitting their marks, they're not tracking information. They don't know anything about their customers. They don't know how their customers are engaging with them, their potential buyers are engaging with them. And that makes sense, right? Because if you don't know how these people are engaging with your company, you don't really know how to push them into the next stage of that buyer's journey, which, makes a lot of sense why 74% of these companies which are failing in the marketing department, they don't know what's happening. They're not tracking. Inbound marketing tracks all of this. The demand generation in your company, lead generation, will go up. Last on my list here is marketing automation. I love this one. It says marketers using automation software generate 2 times the number of leads than those using email blast software, and they're perceived by their peers to be 2 times as effective at communicating. Well, again, another one that makes a lot of sense, right? Marketing automation creates workflows which take buyers down a journey. It's that segmentation that I talked about on the first couple of slides, contextual marketing automated to the right people at the right time. And obviously that gets the right message in front of the right customers and prospects, which naturally would convert more of those leads into customers, and that would also, help them perceive your company as more effective at communicating, because, like I said, they are getting messages that are special, custom tailored for them. Let's look at a couple of case studies real quick. This one is Shoes for Cruise. They make non-slip footwear. Some of their companies that they do business with are Burger King and McDonald's and companies like that. They're a business-to-business company providing shoes for so many different kinds of organizations. And they turned to an inbound marketing strategy because they wanted to increase their leads and revenue, and they did just that. Check this out. Boosted site visits by 4 times and increased its revenue from euros 390,000 to 1.7 million euros. Wow, that is a lot in 12 months. 23,000 leads generated in 12 months. That's amazing. Really, really good work. Hats off to Shoes for Crews, and hats off to an inbound marketing strategy, which obviously was at the core of this 5x bump in revenue that they realized from this effort. Here's another one for you. Thunderbird Online, professional development. This is a online educational community, and as you can see here, they were having some trouble driving traffic to their site, and even worse, converting that traffic. And another note here, if they wanted to publish or edit their existing landing pages, they had to manually edit website code themselves. Yeah, sounds like they needed a more reliable way of marketing. There is nothing that is more painful than trying to put together landing pages and pieces of content if it's not your thing. And clearly, if they were having trouble driving traffic to their site or converting that traffic, somebody in their company was struggling to do this, which is why they then outsourced that piece of their business and created a proper inbound strategy that then was very effective. Almost 450% increased lead conversion. That's a great job. And then 50% decrease in conversion cycle length. That's because they were getting things done faster. And a properly implemented inbound marketing strategy does just this. It uses all of that science that we talked about before. It helps move customers from left to right on that buyer's journey, get those strangers in the door, get them converted into leads, get them converted into customers, and then, promoters on the back end. How do you get started? Good question. Give us a call. It just comes down to that. You can request a discovery call from us at any point in time. We would be happy to get on the phone with you. I'll call you myself, and we can open up a conversation about your lead generation requirements. How is your website performing? What are your upcoming goals for the quarter, for the year, for the next 5 years? Because inbound marketing it's a very, very effective strategy that's making a lot of companies go up really quickly. And honestly, we believe that it's here for a long time. One of the things that I always say, and I remind my clients and friends of this all the time, is that digital lives forever. I mean, check this out. If you throw an advertisement out into the local paper, that sucker is gone in like a day. Even if you put an ad in a magazine, that thing is gone in a month, and people forget about it. But a piece of digital content, man, that lives forever. That's something that can drive traffic to your website over and over for years. Coming up on 30 minutes here, I decided I would keep this to 30. And man, we didn't even get a chance to talk about SEO yet, which is really a huge component to this. I'll try to leave a couple resources for you on the Inflate Marketing blog. In any case, feel free to get in touch with me about that also, and I'd love to walk you through the way that SEO fits into an inbound strategy. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to use those social media sharing icons below and send them out to your friends or your colleagues, anybody else in your company that might be interested in being educated on inbound marketing. And I really do hope to hear from you soon. Let's get together, talk about a great way that we can move your company forward. And like our slogan says, blow up and go up. Thanks for watching.